It has been a massive weekend of action. Time for a look now back at a memorable Scottish Cup final. Rangers versus Hibernian at Hampden Park. Commentary once again from Craig Patterson and Liam McLeod.
For games against Rangers, Alan Stubbs does tend to set his side up the way he has today. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Here's Cummings for Stokes. Hasn't really got anyone to hit in the middle at the moment. Stokes might fancy it himself, and he does! And why not? Is it on? Is it on? Hibs lead the Scottish Cup final! What a start!
Well, it's a finish from Stokes, but I tell you what, it's just seemed far too easy. The referee plays a good advantage. The ball comes to Stokes. Is it Cummings that plays him in? The referee could have given the free kick. He says play on, and now Anthony Stokes just drives into the box. He's not confronted, and he knocks it by the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. It's poor defending, but I tell you what, exactly the start Hibs were looking for.
Anthony Stokes, who is on loan from Celtic, puts Hibernian in front in the Scottish Cup final. The stuff that dreams are made of. A goal on 3 minutes, and Alan Stubbs could scarcely have dreamt of a better start last night when he went to his bed. There's Mackay, Waghorn. He's good pressing. He's looking for a bit of space. Waghorn, who's made his way into the box. Tavernier's ball in's a good one! It is Kenny Miller! It is 1-1 in the final! Rangers, Mr. Dependable, does it again!
Well, it's a great header from Kenny Miller, but the ball in from Tavernier is an absolute peach. When you don't have big strikers, you've got to fizz the ball in there. That's a beauty, and that is a belter of a header. Conrad Logan, it is past him, he dives, but he's no chance of getting there. Quality cross, brilliant header.
Kenny Miller does what he does, and what he's been doing for years, for club and country. Here's Stokes, up the other end. What an effort! Oh, he's so unlucky! Hibs were almost back in front.
Well, it's turned into an incredible game. Stokes gets the ball here, moves it onto his right foot, creates space, and what a hit. Beats the goalkeeper, all ends up. How unlucky is that? Cracks off the post, spins out, and then for a by kick, but magnificent effort. You see the Hibs manager can't believe it.
Barry Mackay to take. Oh, Miller's got a free header! What a let-off for Hibs!
Look how much room Kenny Miller has got. Acres of space, he just pulls off, and he's really unlucky.
Here's Halliday. Nice touch from Halliday! There is nothing you can do about that! Andy Halliday puts Rangers in front!
Well, that is an absolute fizzer again defensively. He's time to take a touch, turn, set it up, but what a strike this is. Cross the goalkeeper, bang. You will not see a better strike than that. Conrad Logan, no chance at all, just inside the post. He's got a powerful left foot. He's now hit an absolute belter and given Rangers the lead.
It is a 10th goal of the season for Andy Halliday, who's a big Rangers fan, and he has just put them in front in a Scottish Cup final. What a feeling for him, and what a feeling for Mark Warburton. It's in! It's Stokes again! Anthony Stokes rescues Hibernian! They are right back in this! Big time!
Well, I said his delivery is good. He sticks in a good area, but Anthony Stokes gets a free header, bullets it into the top corner, and once again, defensively, horrible goal to lose. Just eases James Tavernier, his marker, off the ball and finishes in style.
Well, it's been Stokes' day so far. It's his second of the match. It's Hibernian second, and it is Rangers 2, Hibs 2, with 10 to play. Here's Fivey, who's got space to operate in here, and he's got Stokes off to the left. He delayed it slightly. Here is Stokes into injury time. Wow.
It's a decent save. I'm not sure if it was going into back post, but he certainly struck it well.
You imagine being the Hibs player who scores a hat-trick in the final minute of the Scottish Cup final to end a 114-year wait. In comes the corner! In goes the goal from David Gray! 114 years of pain could be about to be brought to a thundering end here. A stunning moment in stoppage time. And in one stretch of the neck muscles, Hibernian Scottish Cup pain and misery could be over.
Well, what a touch from the skipper. He's gone up there, he's brave, he's got his head on it, and he's knocked it into the back of the net. Another decent corner from Liam Henderson, but the man who wanted it most was David Gray. No chance for the goalkeeper, and Hibs are now in pole position to win the cup.
Well, Rangers have played their part in this final, but they are very much about to be the sideshow by the looks of things. All eyes are on Stephen McLean, the referee here. Do Rangers have one last chance? No, they don't! Ladies and gentlemen, you are witness to a moment of Scottish sporting history. Hibernian have won the Scottish Cup. These are scenes the SFA will not want to see. It is not what anyone wanted to witness today.
It's weird. I'm a bit emotional. I've probably dreamt this. You know, I actually thought we were going to win the game 3-1, and this was weeks ago. And I just had a funny feeling. And I knew the players were so disappointed last Friday, and I knew by the reaction on Monday when he turned up that they were ready for this game. You know, and I'm delighted for all the fans, all the players, the football club. You know, there's the history makers.
Dreams are made there. It's everything you can ever wish to happen. Scoring a goal in the last minute.
Yeah, it's Roy the Rover stuff, that, isn't it, for you?
Incredible.
Talk me through the goal itself. What's your memory of it?
Just remember being a corner and then a great delivery for Hendo. He's put two great balls in. And I just knew as soon as the cross came in, I was getting my head in it first, and then after that, that's all I can remember, to be honest. That was it.
Yeah, the manager, John McGinn, Anthony Stokes, all said that you guys believed in this phrase, Hibs, that was beginning to annoy you.
Yeah, listen, we're such a close bunch. We've said that all season. We're so disappointed not to get promoted because we believe we're good enough to get out of this league, and winning the cup obviously just ends that, puts to bed everything that people saying that you bottled it, you've not got the character. I mean, how many times have we done that this season, managed to come back, and just credit to the lads and everybody involved. It's been an amazing achievement.
Is this embarrassing for Scottish football this evening? Of course it's embarrassing. As I said, this is a showpiece final. What has been a fantastic game of football will now be forgotten and remembered for appalling scenes at the end of this match.
Well, he's the captain, he's the hero, and his picture and the rest of the team that he's guiding up the steps here at Hampden will now be immortalised in photographs, paintings that will adorn the Easter Road walls. There's a big banner over on the far side that says "Time for Heroes." Well, these men in green and white are heroes, because the hoodoo to end all hoodoos is over. Hibernian have won the Scottish Cup. It is not a dream, it is reality.
History maker, says Alan Stubbs. I think that perfectly sums it up. It does still seem slightly surreal, Pat. Has it sunk in for you?
Yeah, just about. But we'll be thinking about it for a long, long time. Do you know there are very few days in your life when you will remember it that day for the rest of your life? There are actually not that many. For David Gray, this is one, obviously. But not just David Gray, every footballer in that field for Hibs, every footballer that's probably played for Hibs, every fan that was at the game and every fan of Hibs who's watching it. That's a day they will remember for the rest of their lives. And that's how special football can be. And that's how special that day was for that group of people. So, yeah, just about getting to terms with it now.
It was a seismic day in terms of Scottish football history, Tom, in terms of Hibs' achievement, but embarrassing, said the SFA Chief Executive Stuart Regan afterwards, in terms of the pitch invasion and the aftermath, reports of Rangers players being attacked and everything else. What was your view?
Well, I'll say now what I said on Sports Sound this morning, and I hope that Mr. Trainer of Ibrox is listening, because he's got his wires very badly crossed. None of those scenes on the pitch would have happened. None of the violence would have happened had the Hibs fans not run onto the pitch, run down the Rangers' end, run past their own heroes, Hibs players, and disgracefully goaded the Rangers fans who retaliated. None of those scenes would have happened if that didn't occur. The attacks on the Rangers players, the multiple attacks on Rangers players, were scandalous, mind-alteringly disgraceful. You'd call them surreal if they weren't very, very real. And I think Rod Petrie was so off-beam in his post-match comments, and I'm really surprised that he hasn't corrected this whole attitude of it was just over-exuberance. Some Hibs fans were over-exuberant, who stayed at their end and just minded their own business, celebrating a historic win. It's the ones that ran down that caused the trouble. They're the ones we're talking about. Stuart Regan got the tone right. It was disgraceful scenes. Hibs fans started it.
In terms of the achievement from Hibs, well, it was another day of celebration for the green half of Edinburgh today, with the open-top bus parade all the way down to Easter Road. And there we have it. Again, the word surreal springs to mind.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, look at that. I'm not sure Dan McMichael in his 1902 Hibs team got this kind of reception. But that's, look, I mean, as Pat says, these guys, they're history now. They're immortal. Alan Stubbs has gone down as the man who finally masterminded the Scottish Cup win. It still seems a bit trippy that they've done it after all of the barbs that were thrown at them and the wind-ups about Hibs and all this kind of stuff. And we'll now have to recalibrate the phrase Hibsing it yes, into winning right at the death rather than losing. But those scenes look amazing.
Did you ever think you'd see those scenes, Pat?
Well, I said to you last night, a few things last night. Number one was I didn't know if I'd survive to see it. I began to think about that. But really, there's quite a few things. I'll reiterate what I said last night. It was the reasons for that was the frustration of 114 years, the pressure, the tension of the whole occasion, the late goal, all that sort of stuff. But it was wrong. That was the reason. It's not an excuse.
There's been a lot of speculation about the future of the Hibs manager, Alan Stubbs. By the sounds of things, he's staying.
I'm planning for next season already. You know, we've already identified some players that we would like to bring to the football club to make it stronger. We're not going to rest on our laurels. You know, there's a lot of ambitious people behind the scenes here, and we'll be all systems go for that promotion next season. We want to try and take the playoffs completely out of the equation, and we want to try and go up automatically.
Tom, I think there's been this sort of perceived wisdom that Alan Stubbs might not be at Hibs next season. Kind of sounds like he will be.
Yeah, I think that's good news for Hibs. There was all this chat about would he be going to Bolton. He was a bit stoic himself when he was asked the question, would he be here next season? I think he sounds like he will be. I think that's good news. I mean, okay, their prime objective this season was to get promotion. But if you asked Hibs fans, what would they have, promotion or a Scottish Cup? What are they going to say?
Every Hibs fan wanted the Scottish Cup. Yeah. The players wanted to get promotion. The manager wanted promotion. The club wanted promotion. But in reality, when you know history's on the line, it's the Scottish Cup.
Talking of next season, Celtic will unveil their new manager tomorrow. Brendan Rodgers will become the man in charge at Celtic Park. It is a huge coup, isn't it, Tom? Just how big a statement is this from Celtic?
Very big. I didn't think they'd get him. I think they've done really, really well to put this deal together. I think he's a stellar manager. I was hugely impressed with his work at Swansea to take them out of the Championship for small money in the transfer market, to get them to 11th in the Premiership, again for small money. Huge job that he did at Swansea. Did well at Liverpool, petered out in the end, but he's a serious manager of substance.
Absolutely. How do you expect him to get on in the Scottish Football Goldfish Bowl?
Well, first of all, his style has always been a style that Celtic fans would love to watch. It's a passing move, it's really pleasing on the eye, it's very, very attack-minded. This is describing what people feel is the Celtic way. So they will love what he brings to the club. I think he'll look at what he's got there and think, I can work with a lot of those players, but he will want to add to it as well, because he won't have taken it all just, he'll be paid quite well, but he'll want a war chest as well, and I think he'll get a bit of a war chest as well.
Well, that's it. It almost feels a bit like boom times once again in Scottish football. Do you expect this appointment to have a bit of a knock-on effect with your likes of Rangers, Aberdeen, Hearts?
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean, I think Rangers have to bolster that defence. That defence is not good enough to compete at the top 3 or 4 in the Premiership. Aberdeen will come again. They'll sign players. Hearts will come again. But the Rodgers appointment, Rodgers versus Warburton versus Derek McInnes versus Robbie Nielsen, I think this has been a really good season, I think we've certainly in the last 2 or 3 months, we have seen fantastic matches, great excitement.
A shift change for Scottish football next season, Pat?
Probably a wee bit early to say that, but Rangers look as if they're coming back to a team that can go and challenge Celtic again. It's going to take a little bit of time to do that, and they're going to have to build that team a bit, but you look at what Warburton has done so far, and if he gets the money, then I have absolutely no doubt over a short period of time they will get much, much closer. But that's not to ignore, exactly as Tom says there, you've got Hearts who are getting better. I suspect Aberdeen are going to be up there as well. I'm looking forward to it already.
Me too. Pat Nevin, Tom English, thank you very much indeed. It's been a great weekend. It has been a great season. And next season, well, looks like it might